There we are. Let's see, who's going to be first? Is it going to be Richard or Gear? Richard or Gear? Richard or Gear? Richard or Gear? Gear or Richard? We got one. We got one. Who is it? Who is it? Throb Nation? Courtney? Richard or Gear? Richard or Gear? And it's Gear! Richard lied. Gear, you won nothing. Yes, you did see. I figured you would like that, Rob. Yep, I put up a Ducan.
You got Joseph.
Yeah. So, Joseph, how long will you be able to be here this evening? Mike Roten says, "Ha! I got the first like." Well, thank you very much, sir. Gear Runner says, "What? Yeah, you won nothing, Gear." Did you see what I tagged you in on Instagram? Richard Gardner said, "That's it. I'm going to be first because Gear Runner's going to be out getting his sweet tea," and I'm like, no. Throb Nation gets sweet tea. Gear gets extra sweet Gold Peak tea. But either way, it's going to be fun to see who's first. So, you were first. Yeah, see, Gear, you beat him on the trivia and you beat him getting here tonight. Yeah, you hear that? You hear that, Richard? I guess you're going to blame this on your slow internet again, huh? Mr. Baker, I would like to get a few more people on if that's not a problem for you. Because I have something to show people that I believe you're going to be very interested in. Throb has second like. What? Sweet tea? No. Rob, I gave you a picture of dew. I thought that would be enough. Sorry. Mike Roten says, "How's everyone today?" I'm doing okay. And yourself, Mr. Roten? Bailey says he's doing okay also. Yeah, too many wieners, Gear. Way too many wieners. Just like, yeah, dozens of them just like shooting out and hitting you in the face.
What?
Gear Runner says, "Hey everyone, Mr. Baker is giving us a thumbs up." Richard says, "Gear Runner, sweet tea? Give me the runs."
Ew.
Sorry to hear that, sir. Gear Runner says, "I've been cleaning and organizing all day." Oh, what you buying? Because you can't be just cleaning and organizing for no reason. You gotta need to put something somewhere. Throb Nation says, "Gotta eat dinner. See you all in a bit." Okay, well, I'm sure we'll be here. Gear Runner says, "Me too, Mike." Eat well, Rob, says Mr. Roten. And Throb Nation says, "I heard Courtney say, what?" Yep.
I did.
And there is no... all right. Okay, I had to double check, and no, there is no TW here, Mr. Roten. Gear Runner says, "I'm not buying...
TW, what the heck?
I'm not buying anything. It was just too cluttered." Oh, okay. And then he retracted a message. And Richard Gardner says, "Gear Runner, stop taking pics of your crotch because I couldn't sleep good last night." I said, okay, well, that's awkward. See you in a bit, Rob. Mr. Throb Nation is giving us a thumbs up. I thought he was leaving, and then Mrs. Gearbeans gets on, says, "Hi, Brian and Courtney. Having dinner in a second, but wanted to say hi." Well, hello.
Hi.
How are you? Gear Runner says, "Almost drowned in your drool there, Mr. Gardner." Everyone saying hello to Krista and Throbber. And Throbber saying, "Be back soon." So, I was in my shop today, guys. And I kind of had fun. I had a little bit of fun today. Wouldn't you say so, Court?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I had fun. I did enjoy my day in the shop today. It was a lot of in there and just waiting, and
He didn't throw anything.
I didn't throw anything.
He didn't throw anything.
There wasn't like loud noises coming from the shed, so it's all good. And the dog is deciding if he likes peanut butter now, I guess. Let's see. Throb says, hey, Joseph. Krista says, hey, Mike, dear, and Joseph, be back in a little bit. I'm starving. Joseph is waving a lot. He's like, he's going to hurt himself. Richard Garner says, Gear Runner, I was too busy vomiting after I saw the pic. Well, stop looking at it then. Gear Runner says, hey, Carlos.
Carlos! He's right there.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Yo, dude.
There you go. Mr. Roten says, that cool guy. I guess that's for DCG.
Are you on live chat?
I am.
Good job.
Rob didn't remind me, and neither did Gear. But I guess if they can't get on it, I guess I can't expect them to help me, right? Pen Dollar Envy. Pen Dollar Envy will do that to you. Wow.
Yeah. Is it $10 still?
Okay, never mind. I feel like Rob now. Okay, yeah. Yeah, them $10 will get you every time.
Every time. Oh, smelly cat.
Gear's laughing at me. I know it's directed towards me. It's directly at me. Yep.
You said it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, wait, this doesn't make any sense.
$10, $10. And you didn't get it? Oh. Boo. This is for shooting. This is for fun. Gear? Yes.
Want to eat your peanut butter?
Richard Gardner says, Krista, I put my Django Fett Slave 1 Lego together today, and it was missing one piece, and it made me so mad. Yeah, I guess you can't call Lego and say, send me that one yellow block, right?
I had a puzzle that did that to me.
Can you do me a favor?
Huh?
Can you do me a favor?
What?
And call and see what my mom wants. Because I can't, unless I have to, but she's probably asking if she should take her nighttime meds.
Probably.
Deer Runner says, yep, Mike. Thundra Golf, Mr. Cole, how are you? He says, hey, Edges, long weekend, I'm exhausted. Yeah, after counting all them bennies, right? And not Benadryl either. Mike Roten says, has anyone seen TW for real? I haven't. I know that he went on a nice fishing trip. Now he's back, supposedly back home with his wife, so maybe they're catching up. Yeah. Mike Roten says, hey, you Cole. Gear Runner says, I haven't, Mike. Haven't. Thunder says, hey, Mike. Hey, Cole from Gear Runner. So, guys, how was everyone's weekend? Raymond Dolan, how are you doing, sir? Nice to see you on. Richard Gardner says, Gear Runner, if I had a gun in my pants, then my pants would just fall off. Well, you might want to get a belt there, buddy. Either that or don't put the gun in your pants. Actually put it in a holster. I mean, that's a possibility. So, how are you doing, Mr. Raymond Dolan? Nice to see you on. How was your weekend? Hopefully you enjoyed it. Your Runner says, I'm going to say this again later, but my Gators are ranked higher than Ohio State. Well, you would have to say it later because, Throb's not on right now. And Cole says, hey, Andy. How you doing? It's going fast and I'm doing great, says Mr. Dolan. Well, it does go fast. The weekends are, they just fly right by. And I'm glad to hear that you're doing great. UCF is ranked higher than Ohio State. Uh-oh. I guess Appalachian State is now in the top 25 gear. First time ever. Well, good for them, but first top 25? I mean, it's a little rough.
She's taking her pills.
Oh, good job,
She
her.
wants to win.
Yes. Thunder Golf says, upset that Purdue isn't ranked, though. Wow, I'm surprised about that. Let's see. Gear Runner says, days go by slow and years go by fast. Yeah, isn't that weird how that works? It's really weird. Gear Runner says, yep, they're 25th and we are 9th.
Guess what? I'm number 1.
Courtney says she's number 1. Number 1?
I'm your number 1.
Yes, well, you're my only. So.
I would hope so.
So let's see. I got somebody else that came on, and Thunder Golf says, "I'm just glad Arkansas won in a shutout victory." Really?
Arkansas, honey.
Yeah, you're Arkansas. I'm sorry, I mispronounced that. King, how you doing, sir? King is here, and he's first. He is the first king. Or we could say the first person without a profile pic or a logo or anything next to his name. It's just the big K. It's like Kmart. Everybody's saying hi to King of the Crease. Boy, don't even, says Cole. Gear Runner says, hey, King. Courtney's like all up in my face. I can't wait for March 15th, which is my birthday, which is when I get my first tattoo. Well, Richard, you're old enough now. I don't think you have to wait till your birthday.
Don't think you do either.
Richard Gardner
Unless
says,
he's making it special.
hi, King of the Crease. And King of the Crease says, what's up, Mike and Gear? I think that, yeah. What's up, Mike and Gear? And, hey, Richard, how you doing?
Richard, just make sure you do your research.
Yes, because if not, you'll end up with, like, MRSA and, like, your private parts will fall off.
I don't think that's how that happens, but...
Knowing Richard, that's where it's going to go.
So
Thunder Golf says, I need to go start both my vehicles. Haven't ran in 3 days, need to get the fluids moving. Never mind. Yes, both vehicles. Richard Dolan says, so you are having a Halloween party. Are we?
No.
No.
We did once. You remember?
Yeah, that was a fun party.
That was crazy.
It was a very fun party.
There were way too many people in this house.
Yeah, our household's like 5 and we had like 20.
Yeah.
In one room. Not even the whole house.
Mm-hmm.
Just
It was when we shattered that black light everywhere.
yeah. That was funny.
Yeah.
Thunder Golf says, but it's too freaking cold. Rebel Rousers. Sup, my friends? How you doing, Rebel? How's it going? Hi, Trouser Rouser, says Richard Gardner. Now, I don't understand. Why does he not have a problem saying Trouser Rouser, but he gets sick looking at Andy's crotch? Mike Roten says, you're
staying
Rebel.
out of that.
King of the Crease says, still noisy in Burlington? It will be in a little bit. Probably again tomorrow night because it kind of took the weekend off, it seems like.
What?
The road work.
Oh, well, if it's not road work, it's the freaking street bikes.
Yeah.
Let me just get my frustration out here really fast.
And put us behind.
Love street bikes, but not the ones around here. They're jerks.
Rebel Rouser says, holy cow, is this the first time I've joined and you're not behind?
Whoa.
I'm trying.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I'm really trying. Hi, Richard and Mike from Rebel. Raymond says, wow, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of good food we had, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I made this crazy punch that had ice and gummy worms in it.
And by the end of the night, I had black light crystals.
Yes, it did.
What's wrong with the street bikes? Well, you see, the problem is they all want to get like a, Yoshimuro or, the loudest exhaust possible. And they rip down our street at 60 at second gear with the rev limiter. It's ridiculous.
Don't forget about the wheelies.
Not to mention they do wheelies down the road and everything else.
All night.
Yeah, like till 3 in the morning. So, and Bailey, you can't fart around him. So,
Yeah.
Rebel says, "How's the Subi?" Richard Gardner says, "Courtney is going to kill someone in a minute." Yes.
Subi's amazing. It got some car tattoos recently.
Gear says, "Thank you very much, Justin, for the holster." Thunder Golf says, "I heard a lot of cop cars near the hotel last night. Remind me how much I hate the city. Don't get that out here in the country." Oh yeah. If I don't hear cop cars, I get worried.
My ears ring when I go to the country because it's just so deafening quiet.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. You're welcome, Gear. King of the Crease says, "Time to move." Yes, it definitely is.
It's over. It's past time.
No, there is no wing yet.
Close. So close.
Yes.
Just getting it, though. Not putting it on.
Yeah.
Just getting it.
We can hold it up to show it to you.
Oh, my goodness. It's going to be amazing.
How the crap do you fold a fitted sheet?
I could do a demonstration. Would you like me to do a demonstration?
Gear, would you like a demonstration?
Would you like a demonstration? It's really easy. You don't do this either.
Yeah, you just like tuck, go.
Yes, he wants a demonstration.
All right.
Go, Pup. Eat your peanut butter.
Yeah, it kind of is impossible to fold one. Thunder Golf says, "That's my everyday life. The Tundra comes to that's everyday life until the Tundra comes to life." Haha.
It's convenient. Like that one right here.
Rebel Rouser says, "You don't fold it."
No. Yes, you do.
Gear says, "Yeah, yes, please." Folding demo. Let's do it. It's impossible to fold one.
It's not.
Thunder says Brian couldn't answer, crying. I'll wait to finish for the demo. All right.
All right.
Okay. Here, let's do it.
I have it. That was good. It's good, bro. All right. So you have. That's the inside of the sheet, right? So it's like you're going on the mattress. You put your fingers in the corners. Then you take one corner and you put it over that corner. Okay? So you still have your hand inside that first corner.
You guys getting all this? Say it's all the way up there at the ceiling now. But
Okay. You take the bottom corner down here and you do the same thing with that other corner. Put your finger, sorry, if I can find it.
this isn't confusing at all.
I just gotta find it. There it is. Okay. Finger in the corner.
Yeah, Gear, just
Yeah.
ball it up.
No. Alright, so now we have our fingers in our corners and the sheet is in half. Right? Take your finger, put it over those corners. So now you have all of them together. Okay, fold that. Let me turn it the other way so you can see it. So that's how I was holding it with my finger, like that. Fold it. That's that.
By the way, I've seen that I don't know how many times here, and I still can't do it. Oh, wait, I don't try.
No, it doesn't.
But there you go. So, guys, if you need any other help with the domesticated skills, Leave comments below. All right, let's see. Brian couldn't answer. Gear says, I'll wait for the demo. Gear, just roll up in a ball and throw it in the closet. That's what I do. I got a better idea. Only have one sheet, so when you wash it, you put it right back on the bed. Problem solved.
Horrible.
Mike Roten says, LOL, Garner, me too. Rebel Rouser says, holy crap, you can fold a fitted sheet? My life is enlightened. Yeah, me too, because she got sick of me balling it up and throwing it in the closet. You lost me. Can you just come fold mine? No, sorry, buddy.
Put your fingers in the corner. Match your corners.
Tuck it, tuck it, tuck it, tuck it. Then grab the corner, and where the corner matches on the other side, fold the flap down.
And then fold.
Fold,
And then
flip,
fold.
flip, flip.
Done.
Bada boom, bada bing. And Gear says I rolled it up.
Oh, goodness.
I will forget when it comes time for me to fold it. So go back, watch my video, and there you go. Mike says, LOL, Rebel is crying. I've been folding fitted sheets for years. My grandmother taught me. See, now that's the best way to learn.
My mom taught me.
Good job, Courtney. I guess I'm just not good enough at woman's work. Oh, no, I think you excel at that, Gear. You do. Nice demo, Courtney.
Thank you.
Rebel Rouser says, I just use regular sheets instead.
Really?
There you go.
Okay.
I'm just going to take the scissors and cut the corners off.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Baker, are you still here, sir? Rebel's laughing. Laughing, crying, smiley, happy, sad face.
So how was dinner?
Dinner was good. Courtney made me dinner.
And?
I ate it.
And I made you breakfast?
And she made me breakfast. And I ate it.
What did I make for breakfast?
She made blueberry pancakes.
I did.
So, I was going to try and wait until Throbber got back on, but, you know...
Oh, he is here. Hi.
But just in case Mr. Baker Sr. has to get on his way, knowing his profession, he might need to be venturing out soon. Can anybody tell me what this is?
I feel like it should have had some dramatic music or something.
This is YouTube. You can't put
Dun
dramatic music
dun
on here.
dun. Looks so much better on camera. It really gets that light. There.
It's focusing on your hand. So, what do you guys think? Yes, you are very right there, Mr. Baker. This is the beginning of your shift knob. This chunk of resin, which by the way is still warm because it's still that fresh. It's not fully cured yet for me to be able to do anything to it. So let's see. It's not a candle. It's not a Yankee candle. Not a candle. Mr. Dolan said, yummy. It was good. It was good.
I made pot roast.
She made pot roast. Yes. Gear says, I hope you can clean the house and the toilets, or do I need to teach you how to do that too? Possible. Make a video, Richard. Yeah, so there you go. This is this is how the the knobs start out. Now, I did a double pour on this one. As you can see, there's a straight black line going along the top. That's because I poured the bottom and then I had to pour the black on top of it. So that way where the shift knob tapers down to actually bolt onto the shifter, it'll be black and it'll kind of like disappear. So it'll kind of look like it's somewhat like hovering over the shifter. So
That's the way your first one was done anyway.
and it won't be identical, but it's going to be pretty darn close to the one that I made for Rob, but it has a different color pattern. But as you can see, it is the same color. It still has the same holographics in it. It still has the same depth. I mean, you can really tell the depth on the bottom. I mean, and that bottom is glass smooth. I mean, look how smooth that bottom is. And you can just see the depth in there. It almost looks like a CAT scan. So, that's how it starts. Hello, Exploring Ginger. How are you?
Well, that's a fun name.
Yes. Let's see. Let me get back to where I missed. Richard loves pot roast.
Who doesn't? I guess a vegetarian.
Yeah. So yeah, Rebel, that's how they start out. It is it's a process. The first pour took about an hour and a half for it to cure enough for me to be able to open up the pressure pot so that I could pour the other color on top, because you can see I actually mixed them all together and swirled them together, and you can see in the middle how it comes out. So once it gets turned down and gets its shape, it should be fine. But I had to, while it was still warm, I had to pour the other color on top, so that way it would adhere to the still curing bottom part.
Bailey, what?
Mike Roten says, wow, that's cool, Brian. Thank you very much, sir. Gear says, pretty sweet. Richard Gardner still loves pot roast. Rebel says, that's really cool. Gear didn't make it to the toilets today because he was organizing and laundry. Rebel Rouser says, what mold did you use? I actually have a video coming out about it, but I used a piece of PVC and like a rubber cap on the bottom of it. So you guys will all be able to see that video. That video should be up, I'm hoping, on Wednesday. So you guys will be able to see how it got made now that you actually see the finished product. Exploring Ginger says, hi. Everyone's saying hi to Ginger. She's saying hi to everyone. Literally, she says, hi, everyone.
I'm sure it's she.
I don't know. I'm sorry if I misgender classified you on that. I apologize. We have people here on this live stream that tend to do that quite frequently. Isn't that right, Gear?
And Rob.
And Rob, yeah. Cool looking. Thank you very much, Ginger. That's if I wasn't using my phone, I'd be able to show you what it actually looks like when it's going to be done, or close to it. Rebel Rouser says, how long did it take to cure? It took an hour and a half for the bottom, another hour or so for the top, and I'll be able to turn. I could turn this now, but it's still a little gummy. So once it fully hardens, it shouldn't be any problem to be able to turn it tomorrow or get started. Exploring Ginger says, hi Rebel. Richard Gardner says, Gear Runner, I hope you put on clean underwear after your accident. Huh? I hope you didn't have that kind of an accident. Raymond Dolan says, very cool, and I'm getting ready to eat and buy everyone. See you, Mr. Dolan, and thank you very much for stopping by. Exploring Ginger says, am good. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. I am very happy that I was able to get to doing this and working on this. I have a couple other projects that I have to get to, so they're all going to be in the workings. Everybody's saying good night to Mr. Doolin. Richard Gardner says, Gear Runner, you said you didn't make it to the toilet. Yeah, that's all right. He's a guy. He just used the bush. What are you doing? Oh, you're putting his comment there. Mr. Baker says, you guys should be greatly wowed. This took over a year in the making.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, I made Rob's.
It's redonkulous.
Yeah, I think it was like 10 months ago.
Redonkulous.
It was actually, yeah, it was. But Mr. Baker, I have to say, you're the one that made this all possible this time. I made it right. I mean, the last one I actually made in a beer can sitting on my stove. Came out great, though.
After how many things you threw?
Yeah, after about 20 coats of super glue, it looked beautiful. Mike Roten says, are you doing a video on turning that? Yes, I will. Hopefully this Wednesday should be the mold of it. And I didn't video the top half of the mold because I was a little pressed for time and not doing much with resin. I wanted to make sure I got it done right. And then I did finish the video up with me demolding this. So, and I am hoping to do a video on turning it because I didn't do one. I actually did some for Rob's, and after probably about 2 hours of cursing at it, I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm not videoing this. And then I deleted the footage. I was that angry at it.
So this one will be made with love.
Yeah, exactly.
Robert got the angry knob.
Hey, Rebel, what okay. Good.
What?
Are you wearing the beep you made, Courtney? Oh, shirt. Oh, LOL. You made what, Rebel? LOL, says Mike. Everyone's LOLing everybody. Trouser Rouser says, your phone made you say a bad word. Yeah, that just tells you how much he uses that bad word when he types. You know, it's like artificial intelligence.
That's not true. I try to text sucks all the time.
And it comes up as
And
duck.
it won't text sucks.
Why are you trying to
Ever.
type sucks that much?
Because life sucks. What do you want?
Okay.
Okay?
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, how dare you call me sir? I'm sorry. Gear Runner says, how did you just post a photo on IG and you're on here live, Edge? I just got an IG notification.
It was slow.
Courtney must have posted it.
No, that was an hour ago.
Yeah.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah. What picture was that? Was it the one of the jars? I mean, the bottles that I actually made this out of, or? Yeah. Autocorrect is perverted. Yeah. That's the reason, Justin. Yep.
Ooh, look at that shelf.
All right, we're back. I need to get back. But there was a. I think I need to go back a little bit. Have you been looking into getting a new Tundra? Yes, I have been, King. And trust me, there's more issues to come. I might even be putting up another Tundra issue video on Tuesday. I could probably do them every week for the next year if I wanted to on that truck.
Is it this one? Or this one? Because that's the dinner I made.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
Courtney posted that one, but either way, they were a while ago.
Yeah. It says 3 hours. that you posted yours.
Mike Roten says, I got it 2 gear. I already saw that post earlier. Wow, Courtney, you trying to start a new style? No.
Please explain.
Mr. Baker says, still much appreciated though. Well, Mr. Baker, I really appreciate everything that you've done to make this happen. As you guys seen in the pressure pot video, and also the air compressor video, Mr. Baker made a, let's just say a sizable donation to the channel, in which I was able to purchase things to be able to assist in making this the proper way. So,
What?
I mean, that's...
Don't look at me like that.
I am.
He's like a colic baby, okay? I can't do nothing with him.
Mr. Baker says, yes, ma'am. Mike Roten says, can't wait for the turning video. Something I don't do, but I'm fascinated. It fascinates me to see it done. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Sometimes it gets sketchy. Trust me. When I turn some things, I turn some stuff that shouldn't really be in my lathe. Be it size or, has a lot of cracks in it. And, if you have a lot of cracks and you get a catch, it just throws chunks of whatever off at however many RPMs you're at. And when I turn this, I'll probably be turning this somewhere around 21 or 2800 RPMs to be able to turn this to get a good finish on it. Not to mention I have to sand it up to 12,000 grit. So
in terms of miles per hour, where are we at?
2,500 RPMs?
Yeah.
There is no mile per hour dimension.
I can't visualize.
It doesn't move.
I can't
It
visualize.
stays in one place. It's like sitting there with your foot on the gas in neutral.
Treadmill shows you how many miles per hour you're going. And I'm not going anywhere. Oh, I love bugging you. Come here. You want me to poke you in the ribs? Is that what you want?
I would say
He just did. I didn't even touch him.
this thing is really hard. I can just like knock myself out with
There
it.
you go.
Yeah, or just hit me in the head with my hammer. Here, you want that back? Thank you. No, don't do anything with that. Jesus. All right, I got to get back to my chat.
Okay.
Here, I'm going to use your phone
Great,
because
goodbye.
my neck's starting to hurt.
Okay.
Let's see. Where
Oh,
Yeah.
I got what Gear was saying about my new style. Funny.
Mike Roten says, I got a 2 gear. I already saw that post earlier. Blah, blah. Let's see. Richard Gardner says, I see people on IG make furniture tops out of that stuff. Completely different stuff. Completely different. Epoxy will cure in, like a full cure in 14 to 18 hours. I can go out and put this on my lathe and it's been made for about 5 hours. I can finish turn this right now if I wanted to.
Congratulations.
So, most of the epoxies that they use, it's an epoxy. It's not a urethane resin or an acrylic resin or any kind of resin. It's an epoxy. So they act completely different. For starters, this has to be made under pressure because if not, it'll come out cloudy because of all the air bubbles.
And rough, not to mention.
Yeah, and really rough so that, I'd have to put 20 coats of super glue on it to fill in all them rough patches. But epoxy is self-leveling. The cure time on that, like the per se demold time on epoxies for like river tables and like bar top and clear coat and table coats, you're looking at 10 to 12 hours before you can do anything with it. And I can start from beginning to end and turn this in probably about 10 hours. So there's a huge difference in it. And that stuff also hardens more than what this does.
He said hardens.
Yes. Rebel Rouser says, I don't know why I don't know already, but what is the resin made of?
Plastic.
The resin's made of resin.
Plastic.
Yeah,
Acrylic.
it's
Chemical.
like a polyurethane polymer.
Plastic.
It's not plastic.
It's not wood.
You're not freaking helping at all.
I'm sorry. Isn't plastic chemicals put together that make plastic?
Yes, but
Plastic.
this is not plastic.
Plastic.
Oh, jeez.
Plastic. What movie was that from? He doesn't think I'm funny tonight.
No, I don't. Yeah, exactly. There's multiple different resins. You can get polyester, polyurethane. It's kind of like clear coats for anything else you do. It could be a wax coat. It could be a urethane. It could be just plain poly. This is clear. I have to dye each individual color separately in order to get this. So I had to make up 4 cups of different resin to be able to make this. Richard Gardner says, I was watching The Night Before Halloween and Courtney's going to bother me with some BS again. Yes.
Do I need to leave?
Yes. What?
Do you need a spanking in front of all your little friends?
What do you want?
I put the dog to sleep and you probably just woke him up. Great job.
If I can hear him, how is he asleep? Jesus. Mike Roten says, IG has been acting funny the last few days. I get notified way after I've seen a post. You know, I guess it's better than YouTube. YouTube just like crashed the other day. And it's like, yeah, nobody can do anything. Rebel Rouser says, sorry, Brian. I think your truck is possessed. Yeah, it can drive itself into a wall if it wants. Gear Runner says, a new style from what Justin said earlier.
Yeah, funny.
Throb Nation is back. Hello, Throbber. Throbber, this is how they start out.
That's Knob Jr.
Yep. Just look at the depth that you get in the colors of this. And the funny thing is, it is glass smooth. I really think this looks like... Doesn't this look like a MRI image or a CAT scan? That could be my brain right
I
there.
think it looks like the night sky.
Oh, okay. Night sky. Gear Runner says, Throbber! Throb Nation says, Gear! Mike Roten. Hey, Throb. What'd you eat? Throbby, says Rebel. Richard Gardner says, Gear Runner, did you get your real estate whisperer cup and Star Wars hat yet? Throb Nation says, what's up, Justin? What's up? How you doing? How you been? Just ate dinner. You hungry? Gear Runner says, not yet, Gardner. Probably next week. Very true. No, you'll probably get it tomorrow. Can't hear anything out of my right ear
You
now.
don't need to hear. You just need to talk.
Rebel Rouser says, awesome, Joseph. Thanks for the donation. Yes, thank you very much. Gear Runner says, very cool, Joseph. Throb Nation says, Mike, we had some pasta bake thing, rolls and sausage. It was good. Well, hey, if it was good, it really doesn't matter what it is, right? Joseph A. Baker says, glad I was able to help your channel out, even if it was at my benefit too. Smiley face. That's all right, sir. Thank you very much. And this is just a token of my appreciation. Very cool, Joseph. I already read that. Throb Nation says something I already read. Richard Gardner says, Gear Runner, when I got the Real Estate Whisperer cup sent to my house, it said $13.99 to ship it to me. Okay.
Who said that?
Richard Gardner.
Oh.
And Mike Roten is like, E equals MC squared. Yeah.
Truth.
That's how they came up with that $13.99, Richard. Gear Runner says, it is a huge cup. It is. You can use it as a hat. Throb Nation says, is that Hunk Joe's knob? Yes, it is, sir. Mike Roten says, yep. Hello, Mr. Soderholm. How are you? I see you down there. By the way, like to point out, nice camera you got there. Mike Roten says, yep. Gear Runner says, yep. Rob Nation says, very cool. I love the color. Thank you very much. By the way, did you see all that color in the bottom there?
Or lack of color.
Yeah, I love the depth of
I see
this.
a tree in that. Do you see a tree?
Yeah, coming up on the right-hand side, full shadow on the left. Don't know what you're talking about. So, there you go. A little bit of a different design, but it's going to be pretty close. And you guys are blowing up Instagram right now. Mike Roten says, go do a live turning. I want to see. You know what, Mike? I really want to. I would love to do that. But guess what?
Need concentration.
I have no Wi-Fi in my shed. My Wi-Fi, I mean, you guys see how much my live streams crash here. I mean, could you imagine another 40 feet that way? No, ain't going to work. I turn Pandora on by the time I get out the back door, which is seriously...
Right there.
Yeah, right there. Doesn't work. Let's see. Edge. I get the difference now. Thank you, Mr. Gardener.
Ridiculous.
The gardener. Dan Soderholm says, howdy, y'all. Just a quick stop to say hello. Hello, sir. Can't wait to see some videos coming out with that camera.
Say hello to the missus.
Throb Nation says, yes, live turning. Okay, I'll see what I can do about it. Throb Nation says what I just said. Gear Runner says, hey, Dan, everyone's saying hi to Dan. Everybody.
Hi, Dan. Where's Mopar?
Mr. Rouser asked how you were on top of saying hello. Gear Runner says, my wife bought a Halloween candy yesterday. I don't want to tell her, but there's not going to be any left. All right. Oh, sorry to hear that.
More.
Yeah. Dan says, still alive, just having a hard time stopping. LOL. I kind of understand that sometimes. How's Lower North Carolina? Cold as crap up here, says Mike. Rebel Rouser says, LOL, Gear, you're gonna be in trouble. Gear Runner says, we all have to ask Edge the hard questions. Okay.
The hard questions?
It wasn't all capitalized, so I guess there's no reference there.
Oh.
Gear Runner says, I know, Justin. I know. Dan says, getting there, Mike. How's the high country? I know it's cold. It's chilly. I think we had a high of 49 today.
And snow a couple hours away.
Yeah. Pittsburgh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Pittsburgh. Close to where Rob used to live.
Ridiculous.
Mike Roten says, 34 in the morning. Hate it. We slept with the window open.
Mm-hmm.
Throb Nation says, what's the dye made of? It's actually metallic metal flake stuff.
7:17, I yawned. You're
Yes.
welcome.
Got him.
It's starting already.
Yes.
Just for the record, I yawn all day long.
Whoa, no spanking live. Okay. Rebel Rouser is freezing and windy. Richard Gardner says, Rob, did you just get back from getting a sweet tea at McDonald's? Oh, now you know who gets the sweet tea. All right. Rebel Rouser says, there are sites for that gear. Throb Nation says, no tea today, Gardner. I'm jealous.
I'm drinking water.
Jesus water?
Oh!
Yes. Richard Gardner says, Courtney is going to make Edge stand in the corner. No, because then she'd have to read the comments. Okay. 71 and windy here. Oh, that sucks.
No, that sounds amazing. Sounds like fall weather.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be that bad though. Although I did see your video, like I'm not sure if it was today's or yesterday's, but you were sweating your butt off in October. Yeah, not a fan. Mike Roten says, I think that's on Edge at Night.
Oh. Oh boy.
Gear Runner says, it was around 60 something here today. Oh, well, that would be really, actually, Tuesday. Yeah, but Tuesday it's going to be back up in the 60s again, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Dan Sutterholm says, thanks, Rob, rub it in. LOL. Dan Sutterholm says, we had summer till a week and a half ago, 4 days of fall, and bam, winter's here. Yes, exactly. Luckily, we were in New Hampshire for a week, so we actually got an extra week of fall that nobody else got. So
New Hampshire got it.
yeah.
You're kidding.
Now they're behind. We did our job. Richard Gardner says, Gear Runner, that is what it was here in Lawrenceburg too, but I was still freezing my arse off. Well, sorry to hear that, sir. I'm still wearing shorts. No, not right now.
Not currently.
I was in the wood shop playing with resin. I didn't want to have to try and yank that out of the leg hairs. That would have sucked. Bad enough I had to rip it out of my arm hair. Mike Roten says, I see the tree. Yeah, I agree. Richard Gardner says it looks like lava. It does. I mean it. And that pearl will come out even more once after I turn it, because I don't know. You can see the flecks in the pearl flecks in the black when you can see it shimmer a little bit, and you can see it in the red once I turn it and polish it up. It comes out a lot better in the red. Let's see. Last night when I went to grab my knob, it fell and hit the paper shredder. It actually knocked a small piece of the shredder off. No damage to my knob. Now that's a quality knob.
Dang.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you throw like 10 or 12 ounces of super glue in something. It hurts. By the way, don't throw it at anybody unless it's in self-defense. Throb Nation says, yeah. Mike Roten says, everyone likes a quality knob, Rob. Yes. Rob loves my knob. The Gators are ranked higher than Ohio State right now. We are 9th and you're 11th. That's only a one-game swing. If one wins and the other one loses. Richard Gardner says, Rob, I saw the Star Wars Lego model I thought Krista would like to put together. Throb Nation says, they don't even deserve that gear. They looked horrible. Lucky they won the last 2 games, too. All right, see, now he's just talking crap, and I can't even back any of them up because I don't know what they're talking about.
You're talking about football.
Yeah, I know. Gear Runner says, I saw one too, Gardner. It's the one Rob broke, and she had to put it back together again. Yeah, don't drop the shift knob on any Krista's Legos. It will destroy them.
Unless you enjoy being single.
Or unless you want to throw them back at you. And I doubt it's going to be a torso hit. Which one is it, Gardner? Gear Runner says, I watched the Super Bowl for the commercials. Me too. Gear Runner says, I think Michigan might be a test this year. Don't know. Dan Siderholm says, happy week, y'all. Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors is on tonight, and I don't want to miss it.
I hope you enjoy.
That sounds fun. Mr. Mopar's here.
Hey.
Hey. And Krista's here. Okay, I'm back.
Can you believe the Simpsons are still on?
Well, so's South Park. Yeah, pretty ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Family Guy, isn't Family Guy still on too?
Yes, but it's not that old.
Gear Runner says, me too, Gardner. I don't like the NFL. I don't like sports that much. Mike Roten says, was that Michigan Wooder, Courtney? LOL. Yeah, it could have been. If we shut the lights off, it'll glow. Rebel Rouser says, have a good week there, Dan. Mike Roten says, see you, Dan. Have a good week. Everyone's saying, have a good week to Dan. Richard Gardner says, Rob, I will take a pic of it next time I am in Target and post it on Instagram, and it is from the Star Wars The Last Jedi. Well, okay. Can't wait to see it. We'll probably get notified way later, though. Throb Nation says, cool. Gardner Rebel Rouser says, has anyone else driven the Subi, Courtney? I have.
He has. Who else? That's it.
Isn't your friend from work supposed to?
On Wednesday.
Yep. Mr. Mopar says, hey guys, didn't even know you were on here.
What? It's Sunday.
It's Sunday at 6:30 to like 10 o'clock. I mean, what do you mean you didn't know we were on here?
Silly?
Yeah, I mean, really. Hey, Mr. Mopar. Hi, Dan. Mike Burton says, hey, Mopar dude. Mopar! Mr. Mopar says, so how far is Brian today? How behind is he?
Funny.
Yes. 7:23 and 7:26, about 3 minutes there, sir. But Courtney yawned at 7:17.
I did.
Mr. Mopar says, all we all know the Rob just like smack talking. Everyone knows that the Buckeyes aren't that good. They're good, but they're not that good. There you go. You heard it right from Dan's mouth. Krista says, okay, I'm back. Who's talking about me? Oh, that was me. We said that if Rob breaks your Legos, that you're going to hit him in the head with my shift knob.
Yep.
And it would hurt.
A lot. You're way far away.
I was waiting for him to circle back. Mike Roten says, on safety tip of the day. Don't drop your knob on Legos. Exactly. Because this is probably starting out, it's 600 grams. So 453 grams in a pound. So this is probably 1.2 pounds right now. So, yeah, but finished product, it'll probably be like 14 ounces. Especially considering almost all this black at the bottom disappears. So, unfortunate.
Not so bad.
Yeah. Krista, how are you doing? Says Rebel Rouser. Richard Gardner says, Rob, I will put it back together for here. I mean, her. Here. I'll put it back together for her here. Not really, but that's what I made it into. Gear Runner says, there's definitely not going to be any candy left. Well, not if you keep putting it in your face. Jeez. He's seriously, like, sitting there, like, popping them like
What
Tic
kind
Tacs.
is it? I need to know. Because I need to fantasize about it.
You're fantasizing about what Gear's putting in his
No.
mouth?
Yes. Yeah.
Should we go back to that hot dog thing on Instagram?
I don't want to talk about hot dogs. I'm talking about Halloween candy.
Actually, let's see what's going on here because
Oh boy.
so guys, you know, they got her again. They got her again. And they posted pictures and people are laughing and smiling. Missed it. Let's see. Did that?
Oh my goodness, it jumped! That's a trap.
Wow. Krista, how are you doing? Rob will put it back together. No candy left. Richard says, hi, Krista and Mr. Mopar. Gear Runner says, hey there, Gear Beans. What's up? How you doing, honey?
What?
Yeah, that's what Gear said. It's right there.
Okay.
Throb Nation says, hi, Krista. How you doing, honey? What's up?
What?
Throb Nation says, stage a robbery, Gear. Trail the rappers to the window. Wow. They broke in, they ate it all, and then left the rappers. Courtney's making a clap opener.
I can't see with these stupid glasses.
Mr. Mopar says, I throw my Boise State Broncos into the equation, but I know nobody cares about him, so I'm not going to bother. LOL. Gear Runner says, I haven't driven it yet. It couldn't slow down. I couldn't slow down enough to get in. Wow. Throb Nation says, is that high school, Mopar? Richard Gardner says, I still have not gotten the notification of the pot roast, Courtney, posted on Instagram.
I did.
Yeah.
Go look.
Gear Runner says, I think it's Pee-wee's, Rob. Pee-wee's. Yeah. The little kids football. Mr. Mopar says, no, Rob, besides your comments, invalid. And by the way, Boise State is a university and a high school. Oh, so he's talking about the high school then.
Funny. Brandon!
Hey, Brandon, how you doing? He says hello to us and Gear and Mopar, and everyone says hello to Brandon. And Krista is going crazy with all the hellos. Brandon says, yo, at Richard Gardner. He was really excited about that. Throb Nation says, I think you're right, Gear, with flags. Yeah. No pushing, though. Don't push. Rebel Rouser says, Brandon, are you feeling better? I hope so. Brandon says, hey, at Mike Roten. What's up, buddy? Gear Runner says, that's too much math, Edge.
What was the math?
What math? E equals MC squared?
Maybe.
Okay. Brendan says, hello to everyone. Throb Nation, Krista, and Green Beans. Say Krista and Green Beans. She's two people now.
I like green beans.
Green beans are good.
I make
With
them.
bacon.
And almonds.
No, green beans, bacon, and onions.
Almonds.
I had an almond.
I
like
make a
them with
mean green
onions,
bean soup. Brian has a video on it if you want to go see it.
Yeah.
It's delicious. And a family recipe.
I would say I'll link it up here, but I really don't go back and do anything to my live streams.
No.
Richard Gardner says, Krista, I'm going to send a cool Lego model from the Star Wars Last Jedi to build that I think you would like. There you go. Throb Nation says, hey, Brandon. Brandon says, Rebel Rouser, doing great. How are you doing, Justin? Gear Runner says, Reese Cups and Kit Kats.
Oh, they're the best.
Rebel says, doing good. No candy corns, Annie?
Ew.
Oh, Jesus.
What? Those came out in the 1800s.
The only thing they're good
Okay.
for is to use them in a slingshot when they get hard.
Seriously. I don't think the dog likes them.
Richard Gardner said, Edge, my name is Richard Gardner, or you can call me William Wallace. Okay, Mr. Gardner.
William Wallace the 25th. Right?
And a half century. Mr. Mopar says, so Rob, how far is okay, I gotta decipher this. So Rob, how far of a Krista you before she chases you down and threatened to beat the crap out of you for drop how far before Krista chases you down and threatens to beat the crap out of you for ruining her Legos?
LOL.
LOL, yeah. Gear Runner says, Justin! Nope, Justin. Throb Nation says, Gear. Someone mentioned wieners?
Oh, here we go.
Yes,
again.
you're all wieners.
Ugh.
All wieners. I think they were like smacking Gear in the face, though. Krista Greenbean says, "Hi, Brandon. Glad you're feeling better." Me also. Throb Nation says, "LOL. Did it jump?" Yeah, it.
No. You backed out of it and went back in.
Yeah, that's right. I backed out, so
Yeah.
it took me to the bottom. So in theory, yeah, it jumped.
No, it didn't. There is no such thing.
It scrolled to the bottom. Rebel Rouser says, "Speaking of wieners, how's yours doing, Rob?" Okay. Gear Runner says, "I know, Throb. I bet you slipped on your drool, LOL." Richard Gardner says, "Happy belated anniversary." Well, thank you very much, sir.
Thanks. One of the many that we have.
Yeah. Brendan says, "Thanks, Krista. How was your weekend?" Krista says, "Rob's wiener is great."
Okay, how about Chris's wiener?
All right, there you go. The Rob Nation says, "That's not drool, Gear." Ugh. That's
Ew. Let's just shut that down right now.
And I have a lot of questions about
I
that.
have no questions.
but
I'm moving on.
I'm just wondering about the placement of it if somebody thought it was drool.
Oh, God.
Rebel Rouser says, "I think Rob is on Krista's account." Throb Nation says, 5-minute break for Krista, and she's back. And he said, and I. Gear Runner says, "Did Justin just ask how Rob's wiener was?"
Yep.
He absolutely did.
Mm-hmm.
And he's waiting for an answer. Inquiring minds want
He
to know.
really needs to know.
He has to know. Richard Gardner says, "Krista, that is gross." Yeah, Ryobi alien face. Rebel Rouser says, "You bet. All up on it." Asking all about his wiener. Mr. Mopar says, "Yeah, that's kind of funny. Rob's the only one that has the issues of comments jumping. He must have a ghost in his phone and computer. Oh, wait, they're Apple products. Never mind. LOL."
Oh boy.
Very true. Very true. But Gears never jumps. I think JC's did in his last live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was all over.
Now we're gonna get cursed with jumping.
His snap was all over the place.
Oh,
Gear Runner says, "No, the math one you was figuring out how much the resin weighed." Yeah, sorry. And I think it's like 453 grams
breaks it down for you.
per pound. No, it's 1,000 grams for 2.2 pounds. But I think it's 453 grams, right, Mike? Because 1,000 grams is a kilo.
Now,
which
what is that in miles per hour?
what the hell?
Come on, that was a good one.
Gear Runner.
Hey, you woke the dog up. Go to sleep.
Gear Runner says beef sandwiches.
Go to sleep.
Rebel Rouser says, "LOL, Mike." Krista Gaming says, "Richard, you are very nice to offer, but you certainly don't have to." Yeah, very true.
Welcome back.
Brendan said, "Rob's comments don't jump. It's all in his head. Too much Mountain Dew." Well, there you go. Not true, Mopar. Not true. You guys are hurting my
You
feelings.
make him cry.
Yeah. Krista Greenbean says, hey, Justin asked." Rebel Rouser said, "Yes, I did. I gotta know. I got to know." Krista Greenbean says, "Wait, what happened to my Lego?" Yeah. You might want to go check on them.
Better start running.
Krista Greenbean says, "So I simply answered your question, Justin." Richard Gardner has retracted. Mike Roten says, "Okay, this live is way out of hand. LOL. I know, we're doing math."
Yeah. Where's the moderators at?
It's the
Take
moderator.
care of the math, please.
Yes, exactly. Richard Gardner says, "Trouser Rouser, you better not be asking about my wiener." Well, we would just look up your kill.
Whoa. What? Okay.
You don't have to ask about it.
Do whatever you want to do there, Edge.
Let's see. Joseph says, "Oh my God, Courtney, stop with the yawning already. You're killing me." Yeah. See, now you did it. You're a ruiner.
Put your head down.
Mr. Mopar says, Krista, whatever you do, do not, and I repeat, do not let Rob anywhere near your Lego Star Wars sets. He'll drop the knob on them. LOL. Boom, knob drop.
Wow.
Yep. It was ketchup, of course. Ketchup. Just ketchup. Rebel Rouser says, when I asked about Rob's wiener, I was talking about the puppy. Just to clear the air. And it was getting a little hot and heavy in there. A little bit steamy, you might say.
Awkward.
Rebel Rouser says, do you have one, Richard? Throb Nation says, we knew that, Justin. What else would it be? Now that's where you went wrong, Rob. Mike says, yeah, Justin. Mind in the gutter. Mind in the gutter, buddy. LOL. Rebel's laughing. Richard Gardner says, Trouser Rouser. Do you just have to look under my kilt? Oh, wow. That I don't know. Don't do it, Rebel. Don't do it. Chris is laughing. Rebel Rouser says, I'll take your word for it, Richard. I'll take your word. Trouser Rouser needs to come out of the closet.
Why is everybody organizing their closets?
Wait a second. I thought we agreed if the door is enclosed, you can't come out because it's just open space. I think we clarified that on another live stream. Mr. Mopar says, I swear my text-to-chat system still sucks, and I just got a new phone 2 days maybe. I should call LG and tell them the voice-to-text system still sucks.
Maybe it's user error.
Maybe it's because it's LG.
Life's good.
Yeah. I have heard that LG's, they work really good as phones, but when you try to like multitask, and they kind of don't really work too well. Brendan says, Richard, Eddie said there was a Ryobi under your kilt. Good thing it's not a Triobi. Rebel Rouser says, it's cold out there, Richard. It's cold. Okay, here's an easy one. 2 + 2 = go. Rebel says 7, 17, 22, 17, 89, 1 kilo. Whoa, Gear, what are you talking about there? Mike Roten says, your Gardner for the win. There you go. Full 89. Richard Gardner says, my kilt can't cover it. Are you talking about your beard? Mr. Mopar says, I see the public school system has failed these people. They can't even do 2 + 2. LOL. I know, it's 5. What are they thinking? Brendan, is there a monster in the closet? I don't know. What are you talking about, Mopar? It's 1 kilo. I was going to say, you got to close your hand for it to, kill it. Rebel Rouser says, there is if I'm in there. Throb Nation says, oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. So, let's see. Mr. Mopar says, I've never had comments jump once, and I use nothing but LG phones, so I guess I lucked out. LOL. Richard Gardner says, Courtney is getting red in the face.
Must be the Michigan water.
Yes. Let's see. Mr. Mopar says, Gear, you're in the United States. We don't go by kilos. We go by pounds and ounces. You want kilos, you have to go to a foreign country. LOL. Yeah, like Colombia.
Oh, okay.
Brandon says, where's TW? We were asking about him earlier.
MIA.
Where is he?
Largely MIA.
He's probably trying to get called up because he took a vacation. You know how it is when you work for yourself. Rebel Rouser says, what are ounces? There's 12 of them in this. Let's see. Gardner has a beard under his kilt. Wow. Rob took that way too far. Gear Runner says, I'm in a foreign country, Mopar. It's called East Tennessee. Richard Gardner says, Rob, there is no hair under my kilt. Well, see, that I'm done. Wow, Richard. Wow. Actually, I'll be right back. Courtney said she'll take over.
I didn't say that.
Yes, Courtney said she'll take over.
I didn't say that.
Yes, Courtney will take over.
I did not
Courtney
say that.
will take over.
Somebody, I need a refill.
Courtney's taking over.
I need a refill.
Courtney's taking over.
Dang it. I didn't say I was taking over.
Courtney's taking over.
Probably funnier than him anyway. Yeah, he is still MIA. Brandon says that TW was on the Tundra 34th Street. You're not even listening! He's not even here. Sucks. Well, it's good to know he's alive. Justin's laughing at Gear. Dan says, that's true, Gear. No argument there. Tennessee is like a foreign country. You guys are weird, LOL. I think every part of this country is like a foreign country.
Especially New Jersey and California.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You asked earlier, so I figure I would go out and get it for
And
you.
ruin his video. Got it.
No,
Uh-huh.
they didn't see how it got done.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I used as a mold. And you can see I put some marker dots in there, right there, because that's how far I had to fill it up. But it's basically a piece of PVC with a cap with mold release on it. And you guys were asking how I dyed it. I think Rob was asking about that.
Do you not get that in my cup? I asked so nicely.
This is the deep red color that you see in it, or the pinkish color, and that's actually what it is. It's a fine powder.
Awesome.
So it had that powder, and then each one of them also had this powder in there. Let's see if it'll focus. It's really fine. And this is just the pearl color. And then you have the real dark color. And you can see that that has the flake, the metal flake in it also. If it'll, there you go. So, and this is, it's really fine. You can see that's how fine it is.
Easter.
So, so that's actually what it, how I dyed it, was with those 3 different pigments.
Richard says he's in South Tennessee. Chris has said OMG.
Yes.
Clearly. Mopar, well, then I guess I'm in a foreign country too. I'm in the southwestern sector of Idaho, where all the free people like to come to. LOL.
This is 1 pound, 1 pound, 2 ounces. So I was pretty close. So.
This is so interesting.
And 538 grams. So, yeah, I was pretty close.
Yeah. Gear's laughing. Mike Roden says, time out on the stream. Yes, we do need a timeout. You guys need to simmer down. Rebel wants to know what kind of wine. Tomasello. Blackberry. Amazing. What? I almost drank the whole bottle today.
Michigan water.
It's better than Michigan water.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Krista, hi. Hi, hello there. Richard. I was just joking. Joking. Rob Yoda's in the house.
Mr. Yoda. And I'm not talking the YODA. It's the YOTA.
Yes. Brandon said later to you
Brandon?
because you were leaving.
Oh, see ya. Bouncing.
Throbber needs a glass of milk.
Excuse me.
Oh, nerves.
I get on your nerves because I want to be on my live stream.
You didn't a second ago.
I was getting everybody what they
Whatever.
wanted. Yeah, whatever. Whatevs.
I'm just glad my face don't burn no more.
Yeah, Courtney was making jalapeno poppers, and it like something happened, and it like popped up on her face. Then she went to wipe it off, and then she ended up.
I wreaked havoc.
Yeah.
On my face.
Yeah. So it was fun.
No, it's not.
I wasn't here though. Rob Yoda says Samsung S9. So, did I? Oh, wait a second. Where did you leave off?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would. Rob Yoda, all? Because I got it, and it was here. It jumped.
No, pretty sure it didn't. You need a glass of milk. Hey, Yoda.
Ah, there you are. Hey, Yoda. You're doing it wrong, Courtney. You have to read out loud. Rebel Rouser says, Yoda, hi. Deer Runner says, you're doing it wrong, Courtney. You have to read out loud.
All right.
Mr. Yoda, did you see the beginning of another shift knob? Look at that. I really love the bottom of this. And that thing's like as smooth as glass too. Deer Runner says, hey Rob, Richard Gardner says, Rob, how do you milk an almond? You put it in a press under a whole lot of pressure and you get milked almonds.
What, you want one?
Rob Yoda says, Mike Brendan, yellow. Throb Nation says, squeeze it really hard. Let's see. Throb Nation says, squeeze it really hard. Yes. Brendan says, yeah, California.
Say that later.
And we're back. California is a crazy state. Was the last one I read if you guys didn't hear it. Chris Greenbean says, hey, Rob Yoda. Rob Rebel Gear, sup? Mr. Mopar says, TMI, guys, TMI. Let's not talk about wieners or stuff like that.
English.
There are too many sexual references that could be used for that, and this is a G-rated channel, I think.
I think so too.
Yes. So this is the beginning of my knob.
Oh my goodness.
But yes, I agree. Let's see. Richard Gardner says, Rob, LOL. Rob Nation says, nice mold. I like it. Yeah, it worked a lot better than a beer can. Surprisingly. Although it was a lot easier to get out of this too when I used mold release. I had to like peel off the beer can. Brendan says, how's the truck, Edge? Horrible. It's bad. I don't like it at all. When I can find a replacement, I'm going to get it.
He hasn't even named it.
Yeah. Oh no, I named it all right. 3 letters.
What's 3 letters?
POS.
Oh, that's 3 words.
POS, keep up with the acronyms. Ow!
I didn't even touch you.
Let's see. Yeah, there's more things popping up wrong with it. I gotta pawn it off on someone. Probably CarMax. I'm actually going to take their original quote and fix the things that they marked the price down for before I take it back to them and sell it. Let's see. Where did I leave it? Rebel Rouser says, it's not PG anymore, Dan. LOL. Throb Nation says it's all in the mind of the reader, Mopar. 100 Hail Marys for you tonight. Courtney's hallucinating.
I am not. I'm gonna get it.
There's one fruit fly in here that's really bugging us. You smacked me.
It's right there.
Rob Yoda says, Krista, oh. Richard Gardner says, Trouser Rouser, you started it. LOL.
Yes.
Yes, good job.
I did get him.
Michael Roten says, does PG stand for pretty gnarly? Maybe. Once again, it's all in your mind. Mrs. Gearbean says, it's all Justin's fault. Rebel Rouser says, yeah, how are the hot dogs and puppies not G-rated? Seriously. Rebel Rouser said something I already read. See, now Rob's jumps and I just keep rereading stuff. If I only read the comments once, we could get through this a lot quicker. Just saying. Throb Nation says +1, Justin. +1. Rebel Rouser says, yep, blame me, Dan. Just blame me. Well, I mean, your name kind of takes the blame for you regardless. Mr. Mopar says, I wonder if Gear and Rob know that their iPhone screens are actually made by Samsung. Actually, all their phone is made by Samsung except the GPU and the operating software. So, they actually even have a Samsung motherboard in it. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you have a Samsung phone. Rob Yoda says, Samsung S9 Plus. I did know that, Mr. Mopar. I did. Brendan says, what you cooking in the slow cooker? That's actually what Courtney made for dinner. She made pot roast. She put a picture up on Instagram that nobody got notified about. But everyone's seen it.
That's pretty good.
Gear Runner says, I'm not sure mine is, Mopar. I have the X with the OLED screen. Right here, buddy. This was 2 years ago. My S8 Plus has an OLED screen.
Mine's the
OLED screen. Yes. Brendan says, something I already read again. Jesus.
Ridiculous.
Richard Garner says, sorry, Edge, for the nasty talk, but Trouser Rouser made me do it. LOL.
Uh-huh.
I kind of can't complain about it. I mean, it kind of sounds believable. Rebel Rouser says, sorry about what happened to your face, Courtney.
Oh my gosh, it still kind of hurts. It's very sensitive. I think I still have lime on my face.
Yeah, that's probably sucking the oils right out of your skin.
Yeah, right here, I got it.
Richard Gardner said, Brendan says that Richard Gardner, Trouser Rouser is not on the stream. It's Rebel Rouser. Either way, he's either Trouser Rouser or he's just being a rebel. So, just throwing that out there. Rebel Rouser says, yeah, where is Trouser? There he goes again. Mr. Mopar says, way to go, guys. You done chased off Brian. I think maybe I should go off to me. Go off to me. Sexual references are being used here. This is PG, not R-rated.
There is PG-13.
Yes.
Meet in the middle kind of thing.
Yes, exactly. A little here, a little there, but let's not make it the topic. Richard Gardner says, you don't tell a woman how to do things or you will get hurt. Well, I'm going to go back to your comment from a month ago where you said that you couldn't have a girlfriend because you couldn't tell her what to do and she wouldn't stay with you, something like that. So just be careful.
What I want to do. I'm my own person.
Brandon says, haven't seen Trouser in forever. Rob Yoda says, nice shift knob. It will be. It will be. I'm not going to say it's going to be a duplicate of Rob's, but it is going to be kind of close. And it's going to be made out of this. So yay. It'll be fun. I'll bring you guys along for the ride.
Yay.
Rebel Rouser says, I hope he's okay. Mike Roten says, they're in your closet, Brandon. They're in your closet. LOL. Krista Greenbean says, that shift knob is going to be gorgeous. Thank you, Krista. Well, we'll have to do like a side-by-side picture of it to see how close I get. Because I was told somebody wants the exact same thing that Rob has. Unfortunately, with swirling resin, there is no exact same thing. But I made it right this time. Thanks to Mr. Baker. Mr. Mopar says, Hail Marys, Rob? I'm not Catholic. I'm Orthodox. There's a difference. So, I'm not religious at all, so do you, like, say Hail Beths?
You're ridiculous.
What do they do? What do Orthodox do if they don't do Hail Marys? Is there, like, some other thing, like, repension
I don't know,
thing?
not Orthodox. My religion, you ask for forgiveness and move on.
It's like, yep, sorry, screwed up.
Yeah.
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 I'll try not to do it again.
The dog is harassing the cat.
Oh, good. He's not harassing us. Rebel Rouser says, LOL, Mike. Brandon says, I'm not opening my closet ever again at Mike Roten. LOL. Richard Gardner says, Brandon, did you know that Rebel Rouser and Trouser Rouser are the same person? Are you the real Richard Gardner?
There is no Richard Gardner.
Yeah, there is. Richard the Gardener.
Unreal.
Mike Roten says, LOL, Rebel is woo-hee.
What? How'd that go?
Mr. Mopar says, that would probably be wise, Brandon. The boogeyman gets a little grouchy when you open the closet. LOL. Brandon says, yeah, I know, Gardner. I know. I was just joking. LOL. Brandon says, haha, Mopar. Rob Yoda says, California is crazy. Police helicopters all night and people hiding in the neighbor's backyard. Yeah, they normally just run through ours if they come here. You can't really hide in our yards. I mean, they're like the size of people. So
Yeah, it would be like Ace Ventura all over again.
yeah, exactly. Where is Jack? I haven't seen him in a while.
Don't know.
Hey, Jimmy Pham, how are you, sir? Richard Gardner says, where's Renaissance Man?
I don't know.
Don't know.
What's a Renaissance man?
Brendan says, he's at the pub, Richard. He's at the pub. Knobs are for people that know how to drive stick. Yes, yes, yes. Courtney wants one.
I mean, I like the one that I have now, but
Yes.
you could pique my interest if you come up with something pretty cool.
How about I get in touch with Zach Higgins and get aluminum honeycombs and I inlay it in this black and silver color, and then that way it'll look almost carbon fiber-ish.
Maybe.
Let's see. Mr. Mopar says, "Hey guys, I gotta drop off a little bit. The dogs need to go to the bathroom for the 20th time. Anybody interested in hound dogs for sale?"
No.
No.
Mm-mm. Bunch of little howlers.
Yeah. Mr. Mopar says 500 for both of them, or best offer. Well, if you give me 1,000. Oh, you were talking about us paying for them. Oh no, sorry. I have enough animals here. I was just trying to help you out. Rebel Rouser says, I'd take them if you paid me 500. Yep, there you go. Jimmy Pham says, hey, hello sir, how you doing?
Hola.
Brendan says, Brian, I'll buy your truck for $5 if you pay the shipping.
Nope.
Absolutely not, sir. But thank you for trying to help me. I appreciate it. Brendan says, Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy? Hi, Jimmy. How are you? Says Rebel Rouser. Mike Roten says, hey, Jimmy. Rob Yoda says, that's why you do not buy new trucks. Sorry to hear about your POS. I would say it's new, but it's like 9 years old. And I had no choice. I had to get one because they totaled my other one.
A-holes.
This was a lose-lose-lost situation.
I still would like to know why we haven't gotten any court notice.
Yeah, we got screwed on that royally.
Big time.
Rebel Rouser says, no deal then, Dan. Krista says, hi, Jimmy. Mr. Mopar says, Rebel Rouser, I think you got confused. You want the dogs, you got to pay me 500, not the other way around. LOL. Rebel Rouser says, was the pot roast tender?
Extremely.
It was good.
Cooked for like 5 hours.
It was good. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Yoda says, Krista, good job with the Jeep running boards. Yeah, you did do a good job on that.
Girl power.
Woo! By the way, did you get gas? I didn't watch all the way to the end to see if you got gas.
Ooh.
Jimmy Fan says, sup everybody? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream tonight. Brandon says, Rob Yoda, what is the newest truck that you would consider buying? Richard Gardner says Samsung Galaxy S9 is the best phone to buy.
Plus.
S9 Plus? Okay.
There's a difference.
Yep. Krista Greenbean says, thank you, Rob Yoda. Thank you. I appreciate that. I gotta get up here because it's focusing on Courtney because she's closer. Krista says, thank you, Rob Yoda. Thank you. I said that again. Rob Yoda says, I own a couple, a 90 and the 2000s, but I didn't pay much for them and inherited one, but I would not buy anything 75 or newer. Also smog laws in California. Very true. And I would like to get an older, I would love to have an older truck. Like an old C10. I would love to have one. One that I can put a nice wooden bed in there. Nice like metal rebar inlay. That would be awesome. But I don't have the money. Jimmy Pham says, hi, Krista Greenbeans. And Rebel says, you haven't posted videos in forever, Court.
2 weeks ago.
Richard Gardner says, when I was a kid, I saw the first Predator movie in the theater, and it also played all the mature games too. You're a rebel. Brandon says, yeah, the California smog laws are crap. Probably going to have to get rid of my truck in 2 years because of the smog check. That really sucks. But I'm sure there's got to be a great black market on stickers.
That's horrible of you to say. There's a reason for smog laws.
You can't fart in California.
Well, maybe you should move out of California then.
I'm just saying, California is ridiculous, and I blame it all on LA. I really do.
Obviously.
Mike Roten says, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciated. I like that, Mike, dude. Rebel Rouser says, I forgot, Mike. Yeah, I always forget. Everybody gets an extra view from me because I'll watch the video, then I got to go back watch it again so I can hit the like button. So you're welcome, guys. Rob Yoda says, Gear Runner, how's the appendix carry going? Richard Gardner says, Edge, I'm going to have to take you to Catholic Church confession.
Good luck
No.
with that.
Gear Runner says, It's going pretty good, Rob Yoda. I have a new sidecar style holster coming from my custom Glock build. I'm going to run a comp on it, so I had to get a new appendix holster. I cannot wait to see your new build for your new Glock. That is going to be fun. I really want to see that one. Rebel Rouser says, sure, Edge. Would love that. I would love it. Great. Eddie, how you doing, sir?
What up?
Rob Yoda says, also in California, 75 and older, I could put whatever I want in it. I don't know modern technology, just don't like the fact that I'm limited in what I can do to it by going to a newer vehicle. You know what? I agree. And the biggest problem that I think I have is the California laws. Even if you get a brand new car or truck, it's ridiculous. It seems like once it's 5 years old, it's like they make them obsolete because you just can't pass the test. Or it's just way too expensive to. Brandon says, Rob Yoda, at least diesels are smog exempt, 96 and older. See, now that makes no sense. Rob Yoda says, Gear Runner, sounds good. Can't wait to see how the Glock turns out. I've been thinking about playing with the idea of a shoulder holster instead of carrying IWB. I'm in and out of vehicles all day long. Well, see, now that sounds pretty cool. I just noticed Eddie saying hi to everyone.
I would feel more comfortable having a gun that has a lock on it.
Yeah, she doesn't like my handgun because I don't have a safety on it. Let's see, where did I leave off? Brandon says, later everyone, have a great night. See you, Brandon.
Bye, player.
Mike Roten says, see you, Brandon. Have a nice week. Bye, Brandon. Have a good night, Brandon. Everyone's saying bye, Brandon. Jimmy Pham says, I can't sleep. Things are getting creepy as if someone's just standing in front of me. That's awkward. Is there someone standing in front of you? Just got to clarify. I mean, do you have like a 3-year-old that's just like staring at you or something? I don't know. Gear Runner says, that's probably a better option, more comfortable. If I was guessing, I had a Gallico shoulder holster many years ago for my H&K USP, which is also a good gun. Mr. Mopar says, I would love to have a Samsung Galaxy S9 S9 Plus. Problem is they're too expensive. Exactly, they are. Rob Yoda says, Brandon, true, the diesel is a shame that they have to be smogged. Also, they're trying to go for motorcycles next. And also, there's new boating laws. I think it's time to move. Rob, I fully agree. And you guys got a lot of trees in California. You would think, and that's what I'm saying. It's seriously like LA that is ruining it for everybody.
Hey, LA is not the only big city in California.
No, but around LA is like very smogged.
Yes.
If it wasn't the area of LA, I don't think they would have all them rules. Jimmy Fan says, hi there, Gear Runner. What's up? Mr. Mopar says the LG V40 does pretty much everything that the Samsung and iPhones do for less money-wise. They do, but their battery, from what I've heard, sucks. I heard that their battery life can't compete with either one of the other major competitors. Not even the Microsoft phones, from what I've heard. Gear Runner says, hi Jimmy, how are you? Jimmy says he's doing good. Mr. Mopar says, Jimmy, do you need to have your parents check underneath your bed before you go to sleep? LOL. Mike Roten says, spooky Jimmy. Krista Greenbean says, I'm out guys. It's time to call my mom. Have a great week.
Hi, Mom.
Exactly. Say hi to Mom for you, and you have a good night. Have a good week. I'm sure I'll be talking to you somehow, probably virtually through social media, but have a good week. Rebel Rouser says, holy shirt. I missed the WRX versus STI video.
Well, you better go watch it then.
Richard Gardner says, I sleep with a Scottish ghost in my bed for protection. Have a good week, Krista. Mike says, night, Krista. Have a good week. Mr. Mopar, I'm 23 years old. Sometimes I get spooked, says Jimmy Fam. Hey, that's fine.
Every now and again, I don't like my hands hanging over the side of the bed.
You know what? And it's funny. Every once in a while, you get that feeling that somebody is there, and there's no one there.
I'm pretty sure there's someone there.
Oh, there probably is someone there. You just can't see them. I do believe in that kind of.
It's like they say you're always 6 feet away from a spider. You can't see them, but you know they're there.
Never heard that, but carrying on. Rebel Rouser says, have a great week, Krista. Richard Gardner says, night, Krista. Eddie Smallhorn says, hey, Brian and Courtney. How you doing, Eddie? Great trivia. Great trivia. What?
We really try.
We suck.
Okay. I'm not good on quick thinking.
No.
Just fast driving.
Yeah.
Better than gear.
Yep. Mr. Mopar says, Jimmy, I know I'm being sarcastic. There's nothing wrong with being a little spooked. Hey, sometimes I get spooked too, and I'm 33 years old. Richard, you need to stop looking in the mirror. Yeah.
You're ridiculous.
No, I think it's that beard. He's afraid of bearded guys. Mike Horton says, Eddie! Gear Runner says, they started the slide work late last week. That is going to be an awesome build. I cannot wait to see it. Rebel says, hi to Eddie. Richard says, my actor name is Hollywood Gardner.
It's Gardner, hon.
Yes.
Eddie, how are them beignets?
Gear Runner says, hey, Eddie. Eddie says, Mike Roten. Hey, Justin. Hey, Andy. Hi, Eddie from Richard. How's everyone this evening?
Fantastic.
We're doing good. Eddie Smallhorn says, hey, Richard. So, Eddie, does this look remotely familiar? Ish? It very well might not. I swear that is like an MRI in my brain right there. You see that big empty spot at the top? I have to remake the shift knob that I made for gear because somebody else wants one.
Gear?
Gear. Oh, Jesus, I'm starting to be like Throb.
Yep.
Oh my. That's it. Game over.
Yep.
So yeah, I got to remake it. So I casted the resin today and I'll be turning it this week. Let's see. Jimmy Fan says, still waiting for the new Toyota Supra.
Nice.
I would love for them to, but I heard that they were going to be bringing it out as a different name and that production's been held back because they just can't get it to run right, quite frankly. Deer Runner says he's dreading work. Eddie?
Same.
Mr. Mopar says California has regulations for everything. Next to you know you're going to need a permit just to breathe. Well, yeah, and I don't. Yeah. Eddie Smallhorn says, hey, Jimmy. Rebel Rouser says, I'm good, Eddie. How are you? Of course. Rob Yoda says, where's the kitchen chicken rooster? I don't see it in the background. There he is. Can you see him? There he is. Cluck, cluck. All right. All right. That was, if the dog starts, it's all Rob Yoda's fault. Jimmy Fan says, hey to Eddie Smallhorn. And your real estate whisperer is in New Orleans. well, Eddie Smallhorn in New Orleans with your real estate whisperer till Tuesday. And then isn't she going up north, I think? Like towards us? Richard Gardner says, Gear Runner, you better go to work if you want to get that check. No, he has like 19 more days off for like the next 20 days of the year.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah, exactly, I do. Gear Runner says, true, Gardner. Eddie Smallhorn says, or win a Mega Million, Richard. Yes, I would have loved to. Mr. Mopar says, Richard, don't you know Gear is a secret millionaire? He has a whole bunch of money. That's why he doesn't need to work and goes on vacation all the time. LOL. Gear Runner wishes, and Eddie says, so do I, Gear? And Gear Runner says, LOL, Mopar. Mr. Mopar says, boy, I wish I had money that Gear's making. I'm only working 2 days a week. Yuck. I wish I had money Gear's making. I wish I had money that
Money's not everything.
anybody else was making other than me. Richard Gardner says, Rob is the millionaire? Oh, yeah, he don't even have to work. Mr. Mopart, that's true, Richard. That explains why he goes and buys vehicles every 2 days. LOL. Gear Runner says, if you made my money, Mopar, it would probably be like you were working 1 day a week. Yeah, I mean, isn't Mr. Mopar in security? Jimmy Fan says, I don't have a girlfriend, but I want one female YouTuber. Oh, okay. Mike Roten says, yeah, it's been a week at a time for Rob. It's been a week. Time for Rob to trade. Yeah. Eddie Smallhorn says, LOL, Mike Roten. Richard Gardner says, Jimmy just got an Amish girlfriend. What's wrong with Amish people? I like the Amish people. They're great woodworkers. Eddie Smallhorn says, thank you, Edge. I am not a quick thinker. Well, you were doing pretty good multitasking now. I got to give you that one. Gear Runner says, Courtney is a slow me, Eddie. Mr. Mopar, but then again, if Rob goes through cars like crazy, I go through phones like crazy. This is my second phone in 2 months, but I always switch carriers, so I had to get a new phone with a new carrier. That sucks.
Makes no sense.
Mike Roten says, what's this week's topic, Eddie? I think I can make it. Yeah.
It was Star Wars and then something else.
I don't know. Jimmy Fan says, hey, Richard Gardner. And Eddie says, LOL Gear. Mr. Mopar says, that is true. Brian, the battery life on the LG phone is not nearly as good as the Samsung, but everything else you can do, I can do just as well. That's true, but if you can't turn your phone on, I mean,
You just stay connected to your wall.
yeah, I mean, that is one of the main reasons why I did get my the 8 Plus when I got mine, because the battery life is phenomenal. Mr. Mopar said something I just read. Gear Runner says, I have a custom trigger now. It came in last week along with the suppressor sights. They shipped my tiny barrel. Let's see what I did there. Friday, and the compensator was a 4-week lead time. So yeah, we still got a couple weeks left before we can see any of that. Eddie says, I was thinking of going with Samsung, Mr. Mopar. I kind of like it a little bit better. It's a lot friendlier with a lot of different like apps and operating softwares, and like all different types of stuff.
It's better.
Eddie says, I was trimming up the yard today with the string trimmer and I walked into a spider web and freaked out.
I swear to you, I get them in the face all the time. Brian never does.
When we were hiking in New Hampshire, she's like, spider web. So then I said, I'll go first. I walk first. Now, mind you, I'm taller than Courtney. So I walk first. Now, the trails are like maybe this wide. Like maybe 2 people across. I walk, nothing. She's like, spider web. I'm like, really? Where did you find that? It's like she sees them and steers for them.
No.
Let's see. Richard,
You gonna read it again?
no. Eddie Smallhorn says, I was at Best Buy today and almost pulled the trigger on it. Yeah, they'll get you on the lease though, unless you want to like drop a cool K on something. Eddie Smallhorn says, yes, she will be in Rochester.
Sweet. Make sure she takes her down jacket.
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Mopar says, hey guys, I'm going to drop off for a few minutes. I'm at the laundromat again, doing my laundry again. I'll be back in a few minutes again. All right.
Okay, again.
See you soon.
Again.
Rob Yoda says it's not LA's fault. It's the crooked politicians that steal our money. Well, yeah, I understand that too. But I mean, you guys do have a pollution problem in LA. Just like we do in Philadelphia and New York has it. It's all the major cities, but I really think California goes overboard.
You've never been to California, so you can't really say that.
I flew into California and that was
That
enough.
does not count.
I had to walk across 3
Does not
parking
count.
lots to get to my plane.
Doesn't count.
No, it does.
Nope.
LAX sucks.
Yes, it does.
You have to drive to a different state to take. Yeah, it's stupid. Eddie Smallhorn says, yuck, Richard. Rebel Rouser says, I gotta go. Have a great week, everyone. You too, sir. You have a nice week also. Mike Roten says,
Bye,
night,
dude.
Rebel. Eddie Smallhorn says, have a great night, Justin. See ya, Justin says, here. Richard Gardner says, I live close to a chicken farm that my uncle has, and I just want to kill the rooster I hear every morning. Well, that's not nice.
It's not.
Eddie Smallhorn says, aren't almost every politician crooked?
Yes.
Yeah, they are. You can tell the straight politicians because they're not in office long. Gear Runner says, no need to show up, Mike. I'm on a streak. Ooh. Uh-oh. I think Gear says he's going to win another cup. Eddie Smallhorn says, Thursday night trivia is houses of horror movies. Ooh. Houses in horror movies.
I would fail at that.
I might have a chance at that one.
I would totally fail.
Eddie also says, sorry, I did not see that, Mike. Didn't see it. Eddie Smallhorn says, LOL Gear. Jimmy Fan says, I just don't have a girlfriend. That's fine.
More trouble than it's worth.
Exactly.
Get over here.
You probably have a lot more money than the guys that have girlfriends. Richard Gardner says, Amityville Horror House. Amityville. Mr. Mopar says, hey guys, I'm back. Mike Roten says, great. I will do my best to be there, Eddie. Work has been kicking my old butt, but it's a beautiful house though, sir. You are doing a great job.
It is.
Mike
If I could
Roten
just move
said,
in when you're done,
work.
that'd be great.
Rob Yoda says, just my personal opinion, but safeties are not needed on firearms if they have interval safeties built into them. It becomes a training issue. They have found most people forgot to turn off the safety. You know what? I have heard that too. And I've actually heard that a lot of people feel safer with the safety. And that's when people get hurt because they get comfortable and they fully trust the safety. And and like you said, it really comes down to training and knowing how to use the gun and how to use it appropriately. Safety or not, you should be fine.
I agree, but in respects to me, since I have like OCD. It makes you think things are going to happen even though they're not. So instead of being paranoid, it would be nice to have a peace of mind thinking that it has a safety.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it.
Yep. Mr. Mopar says, so Brian has an empty spot on his brain. Cool. LOL. Rob Yoda said, yeah, a lot of people do forget that. And I think that's the biggest thing is people get a gun to be able to protect themselves, but they forget the littlest thing like shutting off the safety. And then somebody ends up getting hurt and it just sucks. It really does. Eddie says the views are beautiful. Richard Gardner says I still have a Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge phone and it has not died on me yet. They were good phones. You just got rid of your 5, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Courtney had her 5 for like
Long time. 2
5.
years? 3 years?
Mm. Well, you got the 5 when it first came out, and the 9 just came out, so that would be 4 years. 3.5, 4 years. So yeah. Mr. Mopar says, "Oh no, Brian has become a Rob 2.0. Everybody run for the hills." Rob Yoda says, "It's going to be a beautiful house, Eddie. Lots of detail." Yes, it is. I got to get my contacts out because when I blink, they're sticking.
You make it?
Yep. They're sticking to my eyelids. Be right back, guys.
Hi, just you, me, and the chicken. And the frog. And the dog. And the dog. Alright. I don't know if you read this or not, but Richard said he loves his Samsung Curve 4K 3D 65-inch TV that costs $3,200, and my Samsung Curve 4K Play cost me $600.
And you still don't have a car, Richard.
Richard, priorities, buddy.
Yeah,
Rob
exactly.
Yoda, Richard, I was running my Samsung S5 until just a couple months ago. Don't fix it if it's not broken. Seriously, I liked that phone. What the heck was it that I needed to... Was it the,
It was the power button. It just randomly kept going on and off.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
It was like
that...
kind of, dented
Yeah. The
and jammed at the same time.
button on the side, it was like dented and like partially stuck.
Yeah.
So if you shook it, it would like turn the phone on and off.
Mhm.
But other than that, it worked pretty good.
It did.
So...
Okay.
Betty Smallhorn says, LOL. Courtney Rob Yoda says, all trees in California are infested with bugs or burnt down because of the fires. Well, yeah, true. I forgot about that. Jimmy Pham says, I'm back. Just needed some water. Welcome back, sir. Richard Gardner says, my friend works at Best Buy and he gives me a discount in the store. That's good. Richard Gardner says something that I'm not going to repeat. I would appreciate it if
Ooh.
Are you not a moderator on my channel?
No.
I would appreciate it if you wanted to talk about politicians, not so directly there, sir. Gear Runner says, it's Little House on the Prairie. Right, Eddie? I got it. I won. Mike Roten says, no internet? Of course. It's Horror House Gear. This thing's got to go.
Aw. Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah, it was... Hi. Rob Yoda says, it's almost winter time. I want to see the WRX snow videos, please.
Ooh.
Mmm.
Somebody has to teach me how to do a donut.
Yank up on the e-brake.
Hmm.
Yank up on the e-brake and gun it. Gear Runner says, I know, right, Mike? Eddie Smallhorn says, that show's horrible, Gear.
I like
Horrible.
Little House on the Prairie.
Richard Gardner says, Rob Yoda, if my phone messes up on me,
Sorry.
my brother will just fix it. Glad that you have a person. Mr. Mopar says, Brian, I was in security. However, somebody put on my daily activity report that I cussed out the company and I got fired for it, so smeared my name just so I can get out of the company. Oh, that sucks, sir. I remember that you had a situation, but I didn't really remember what the outcome was.
I don't think we do.
Gear Runner says, LOL, Eddie. Mr. Mopar says, so I told the company politely to go screw themselves, and I left. Now I'm doing computer work now. A lot safer and a lot easier.
Babe. The dog just biffed it bad, like head over heels.
LOL, Gear. I hope she's in the phone book. All I need is this frog and this chicken and this dog. And that's all I need.
Forget the dog.
What movie is that, guys?
Oh, man.
That was one of my favorite movies that Steve Martin was in.
That was a funny movie.
Yes.
Yes. I'm taking this chair and this lamp and the dog. Forget the dog.
Yeah. Hey, Gear. I loved that movie. I really did. Me too, Mike. He hates this can. This cans. Gear Runner says those cans. Mr. Mopar retracted a message. Mike Roten says, LOL, bet nobody gets it, Gear. Oh, I did. Jerk. The new Toyota Supra better have a V8 and a turbo. No, it needs to go back to the 2JK. I got to. Probably not, Mike. Nope. It'll probably have an electric motor for torque, and then after that, it'll have a gas motor. But either way, if they can't get it to run properly, there was some issue with the drivetrain and the computer that just wasn't working right. So, I don't know. We'll see. Mr. Mopar says, Rob Yoda, you know that going with the V8, there's no way Toyota doesn't do that kind of stuff. Plus, they'll be competing with the GTR, which has a V6. Very true.
You better watch it.
Yeah, can you please go out there so I don't get hit in the head? Every time you say...
scared?
Yes, I am.
Aw.
Seriously. Because I can't hear because of the dog either.
You don't need to hear, you just need to read.
Oh.
Dog, you're getting me in trouble.
Oh my god. Let's see. Richard Gardner says, Gear, if you want the chicken, just go to the Disney store online and buy it. And it's from the Mona movie. It is. Eddie Smallhorn says, so wait. Someone said you cussed out the company
No, get it.
and that you were working for, but you did not. So you told them to go screw themselves. It has to be one of the best stories ever, Mr. Mopar. Well, hey, if you get in trouble for doing something and you didn't do it, you gotta do it. I mean, if they said that you cursed them out, you gotta curse them out, right?
Get it.
Especially if you're already fired by that point. Eddie Smallhorn says, I'm not going with the iPhone ever again. I kind of agree. Mr. Mopar says, to be brutally honest, Eddie, it doesn't matter whether you get the LG phone or the Samsung phone. They're both awesome phones, and they do everything just as good and beat the crap out of the iPhone. LOL. I agree. Rob Yoda says, Mr. Mopar, stop smashing my dreams. Mr. Mopar, well, believe it or not, Eddie, I found that Samsung actually makes the screens for the iPhone. Yes, it does. Eddie Smallhorn, computer work is better at Mr. Mopar. Joseph Baker says, I saw a Toyota video. They were saying that there was going to be using the BMW Straight 6 for the Supra. Mr. Baker, I heard that also, but then I heard something about it, and maybe that's why they were trying to use all like Toyota computers, but BMW components, and they just don't play well at all. So that's going to be a problem. Mike Roten says, the jerk. Yes. Eddie Smallhorn says, they do, Mr. Mopar. Mr. Mopar says, I'm sorry, Rob Yoda. But it's the truth. Rob Yoda says, the rooster is back. The dog may come to snuff the rooster. Or sniff. Rob Yoda says, Mr. Mopar, the truth hurts. I can't handle it. Eddie Smallhorn says, LOL, Rob Yoda. Mr. Mopar, well, Rob Yoda, you can't take all the heat. Stay out of the kitchen. Mr. Mopar says, I'll look at it this way, Rob Yoda. At least the Supra will have a BMW engine, so you can't get much better than that. Actually, you can. You can put a 2J motor in it, and it will whoop the 6-cylinder BMW motor all day long. It is actually one of the highest output motors, and it is 25 years old, and people are still spending 60 grand to get that motor.
Here, Bailey.
Let's see here.
Here. Come.
Let's see. Now, that's why you take it home and build it the way it should be built. Yeah, I agree. The Super stock will never outrun a stock GTR. You are very true that it will never outrun a stock GTR, but I will also tell you that it will outhandle a stock GTR. And for only about $1,000, it will then outrun the GTR. You put $1,000 into a GTR and you put valve stem covers on it. Mr. Mopar, and besides Rob Yoda, everybody knows Toyota can't build a sports car that haven't been able to build one in over 15 years. Nissan can build a better sports car than Toyota. I will agree, it is a nice car, but I don't know. I really don't. I'm not a big fan of the GTR. It is... I don't get excited about it.
Stop talking all that trash.
Yes, exactly. Richard Gardner says, this is not the Rob Car channel, it is Edge's Wood channel. Whoa, keep my wood out of this. Mike Roten says, my truck will do 0 to 60 in 28 seconds here. And that does just fine. Rob Yoda says, the GTR also has launch control. Houston, we have takeoff. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. In 93, the Supra didn't have launch control. It was just fast. And I will take that Supra shifter, that short throw shifter that was in the stock 93 Supra, all day long. I love that shifter. True Rob Yoda, one day I will get one. I probably won't be. Gear Runner says, LOL Mike. Rob Yoda says, I wonder what my Toyota Tundra will do in the 0 to 60. I need to make a video. I started making the pre-runner videos now. I just need to post them on YouTube. That would be great. The 0 to 60 on the Tundra is, I want to say, like 5.6 seconds for the 0 to 60 with the 5.7. And the quarter mile is low 13s, I believe. Let's see. Mike Roten says, it's true. It will. LOL. The 2J was an awesome motor. It still is. If I asked you to get out there for the dog, why are you throwing the toys into the kitchen? Jesus.
Because we
I-
got a small house. What do you want from my life?
Gear Runner says, I almost bought 2 Supers years ago. I kicked myself now. Yeah. I remember when they were going for like 10 grand. You could get a total one that was hit in the rear for like 2 grand. People were buying them up like crazy. And like people do LS swaps now, people were actually swapping them into everything. It was ridiculous. Richard Gardner says pure electricity car are going to be replacing gas vehicles. If you live in California, they will be. Rob Yoda says I like electric, just need better mileage. You know what? And that's one thing. And that's I really like the launch of an electric car. But what I don't like is they top out really low. Like probably almost every one of our cars will top out higher than what a 3-second Tesla would. I mean, seriously. The GTR is goals for me. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not a nice car, but I mean, if I was going to put out that money, I could definitely come up with a different car that I would rather get. Mr. Mopar says, okay, so Richard has spent $3,800 on Samsung products. Dude, you're nuts. LOL. If I had that kind of money, I sure as heck would be, sure as heck when spending on TV, I'd be spending on a down payment on a new car. Exactly, Mr. Mopar. I agree. Fully agree. Richard says, Rob Yoda, Honda makes a hybrid electricity car that travels 300 miles on the highway and city and it has gas for backup. Okay, so Honda made a Prius.
Oh, Gear's car.
Yeah. And I think Throb's not on here anymore, but I think he wanted to see you lift your Prius gear. So when you get that done, let us know. Because he said since it's 2-wheel drive, it's okay. Mr. Mopar, like I said, Brian, if you love to buy Samsung, but the problem is that it costs more than the LG, and when you've got the budget like myself, you've got to go with what you can afford. I fully agree, but let's just look at it this way. If you would have went with the better phone and the better service earlier, you wouldn't have spent all that money for switching plans every month. I think that kind of makes sense.
I think you gotta pick your battle.
Yeah. Okay, guys, then we're back again.